the first song that I worked on was the Canoe, and that was the first one of the album. But for most of it, I was making it, like, I guess, chronologically. It's a narrative album, so I wanted to make the story as I kind of went along with it. I wrote them with my guitar first, and then turned them into, like, tracks here. But for this one was very simple, even though it doesn't look like that at all. I don't know why there's so many. They're all great because they're all muted. I think these are just a bunch of different takes for the guitar. But the Canoe is literally just guitar and then my voice. I don't think there's anything else. In August of 2023, I got my first guitar because I've been wanting to get a guitar for a while. And then I was just kind of like teaching myself guitar for like half of a year, I think, until like March-ish, so that's a little more than half a year. But then I was like, then I started experimenting with the capo because I hated bar chords, and I still hate bar chords. I'll do anything to get out of doing bar chords, which is just when you do your whole finger on the thing. And so I just put a capo wherever I need to put it. And I put it all the way up here one time, and I was just like, let's see, do people do that? I don't know. And I mean, that's... That's how the Canoe was created, I guess. As for the lyrics, I think the lyrics were just random words. There was no meaning. I think it was literally just the first words that came to my mind when I was making the lyrics to the Canoe. But as the songs progressed and as I made more songs, I kind of brought meaning to those lyrics. Because I knew I wanted to make it a story. I wanted to make it a narrative album, and so I don't think the lyrics really changed too much. I think there was one part that I almost submitted to be like the actual lyrics when I put them up on like Spotify and Apple Music, and then it was about to be just slightly different. Yeah, the original lyrics were something like where it's from time's flow escapes the beyonder was from time flow is right? No. Oh yeah, from time flow escapes the beyonder, or time flow escapes the beyond. It was just like there was just like a minor tweak in the words that would have made it, that would change the meaning completely. And I think I ended up at some point there was like time flow escapes to beyond her, to like just make it a little bit different from the first verse, but that ended up being how shift opens up, which is we'll get into that in another.
We'll get into that shift.
Yeah, we'll get into that shift. That's a different song about like just a bunch of motifs throughout the album. The lyrics: I'd row away in the water, on my little lake over yonder, flight taking place near a lover, from time's flow escapes the beyonder, which is just setting up the story of the beyonder being a character and time also being a character, and how she escaped or we don't know. I saw a few theories about the album. I posted it on the Tally Hall subreddit too, because I knew they would go crazy over something relating to time, and I don't blame them. I made a whole album about time. Yeah, there is a theory. I have a theory. From what I'm getting at, especially the lyrics of the first 2-4 songs. A man meets a woman, presumably in Paris. Also, due to the name Love Song for No One in particular, I think he didn't write it for her, but the girl met him through that music. Now, especially due to the mentions of the Eiffel Tower, sunflowers, and rainbows, usually, I can't read. Usually things that would happen would make people happy. The nature of the songs, a calling and escaped. I think the man is tasked with killing the girl to spend eternity with her in the afterlife. He is tasked by this deep-voiced person. I presume this is time. That is right. That is right. Everything else so far has been like way off. I love the effort that was put into this theory, but it's like not correct. But that is right. The deep voice in a calling is time. But we'll get into that when we get into a calling, and then they have a limited time to be alive on a question cover. I don't know. The rest of it is not canon. It's not right either. But they did get that right. That one thing, that the deep voice is time. It's a good theory. They asked if it's a good theory. It is a good theory. It's wrong, but it's definitely a good theory, though. I really appreciate the effort that went into like listening to it and trying to break down the lyrics. Genuinely, that is so cool. Let me go back to my ducks. So the Canoe. Have you listened to it? Tell me, what did you think about it? Do you like it? Do you love it so much? Oh, so much. Oh wait, there's the chorus. Or not the chorus. Is it a bridge? What is it? Is a verse. Understand that we are born to live and love and die. Loneliness may be what's feared when one can't seem to thrive. Purpose oh so imminent as we lay unto thy. Bigots have it easy because they don't care to fly. Those are the lyrics. I think these were just a bunch of words as well that I was kind of throwing in there that kind of brought meaning to them throughout the album. But yeah, I mean it's about being lonely, and then kind of learning to be okay with that and moving on eventually. So it's, again, the song is very much just set up for the rest of it. Also, I made the song before I even knew that I wanted it to be an album. I just kind of just made a song. I was like, that's kind of cool. Yeah, then the next day, I made the next song called Love Song for No One in Particular, which I'll start talking about in the next one. So that's it. That's the whole